The Pokemon in Detective Pikachu have a new look, and they've never seemed more real or terrifying. That's in large part thanks to this guy.
I'm RJ Palmer. I'm a concept artist at Ubisoft. I draw creatures and monsters, and I worked on Detective Pikachu.
He started drawing when he was just 3 years old. He continued to hone his craft at the San Francisco Academy of Art. Then in 2012, his drawings for an amateur fan art project gained so much attention on the internet, it ultimately landed him a job on the new Pokemon film.
So I started drawing like a shark dinosaur, and that turned into the Pokemon Garchomp, and people really responded to it. So I kept like drawing more.
RJ used real animals as inspiration.
The natural world is so inspiring, and I think pulling from that as much as possible is like really cool.
For example, Mewtwo was a combination of several creatures.
Kangaroo and a little bit of rhino and hairless cat and some barn owl.
For Charizard, he focused on different lizards.
So I looked at a lot of monitor lizards and like sort of brought qualities of like crocodilians in there that I liked as well.
Surprisingly enough, RJ's main tools for designing his realistic Pokemon were simply a Wacom tablet and Photoshop.
And I've got like a second monitor up so I can have all my references.
Ultimately, it was the amount of time and effort RJ poured into the project that made his Pokemon come to life. RJ researched every animal he used for inspiration, and in the end, each Pokemon he created took 30 or more hours to complete.
The one that took the longest to make is Tyrantrum. Tyrantrum is my favorite Pokemon.
He posted them on the popular fan art community site DeviantArt, and his work won over fans on the internet. It also got the attention of the production designer of Detective Pikachu.
He gives me a call and he's like, would you like to work on the Pokemon movie? And I'm in shock. It was amazing. I've always been like really into Pokemon as just like a franchise because I think it's really fun and creative.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was.
He moved to LA and worked on the film for 7 months, doing concept art for characters and the environments. He helped come up with the initial designs for the Pokemon.
And then, it gets given to like all sorts of crazy effects house.
While his Pokemon on DeviantArt are more realistic, the ones he designed for the film had to be a bit more traditional.
Like say working on the movie, like they had to get them more in line with the cartoon aesthetic, I think. You do a design and then people have opinions. And then you do another design and they also still have opinions. And, so it's just like a constant back and forth of trying to make one person happy, which, is going to make somebody else unhappy. And then you have to try and find a middle ground that's going to work for people.
Pikachu, as the star of the film and franchise, took a while to nail down and get right.
Pika Pika!
Yeah, Pika Pika Pika, he's adorable.
Pikachu's like one of the most well-known cartoon characters ever, right?
Despite speaking English and being a bit more furry than the cartoon, the Pikachu in the film is different from his realistic design.
I based him on rodents and lagomorphs. Lagomorphs are like rabbits, just like, like small woodland critters.
But it was Mr. Mime that really grabbed the internet's attention. Since his debut in the trailer, he's become a meme.
Mr. Mime was always going to be weird, right? Because what do you make that thing? When I did my realistic version of it, I made it a frog because like it can be so many weird things. I think a detail that I didn't, know they were going to go for, but when they like the little shoulder pauldrons actually look like kickballs, I thought that was a pretty fun idea. And the Jigglypuff, I like in the Pokedex entries, they talk about it having a balloon-like skin texture, which would probably be pretty creepy in real life.
So they made it more furry with a curly wisp of hair. In the end, though, it's the fans who have the final say. Everybody
has their own idea of what Pokemon is, and I've certainly encountered that working on my own stuff. I've had some very divisive takes on certain Pokemon. So like I knew that was going to be a problem going into the movie, and like so far, at least the response to the trailer, at least from the circles that I've seen, has seemed pretty positive.
Pipe, yes, okay, I can. Shoving, pushing. My problem is that I push people away and then hate them for leaving.
He's saying you can shove it.
What? I can shove it? Okay, that's it. No, we're switching roles. I'm bad cop, you're good cop.
No, we're not cops.